morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the John Olive Fifth Quarter Show. I'm John Gray, and if you notice, right in the forefront of everything, there's that coffee pot, Coach.
It's
Great
nice
job.
to keep that coffee pot here in Tullahoma.
Great job.
Congratulations to our seniors for being able to keep the coffee pot all 4 years that they're in high school.
Isn't that something? That's amazing.
That's good.
So this is the fourth. This is a 4-year run. It's been a long time since. Well, has that ever been done? I guess it has.
It
down
has.
The line.
We had several classes there throughout the time period, but obviously we lost the coffee pot on 2015 and 2016. So the class of that played football in 2014, the class of 15 is the last time that there was a class that had won the coffee pot all 4 years.
Right.
So congratulations to our seniors on accomplishing that.
It was a great job, and it was a great environment. It always is. It was a little different because that game usually draws, 3,000 people? 3,000 people?
According to all the free tickets that get in, because you got employees and so forth, anyway, 2 years ago, we were someplace near between 6,000 and 7,000 people there. It's the largest gate we'd ever had during my time period.
And then now we've got the, not just us, but all across everywhere, the visitors get 500 seats.
We allot 530 seats to be exact to the visiting teams. 30 of those are comp tickets that go to them that they're able to utilize however they choose, and then they sell 500, and Coffee County sold all 500, sold them early, called me and told me that they were out of tickets. So that was good news, and we were out of tickets by Wednesday evening ourselves. In fact, Wednesday at lunchtime.
Now, excuse me, the 500, is that something that you set, or is that something that the TSSAA sets?
No, we measured out seats and bleachers, and that's what our visitors, once we got everything set up, the visitor side could hold, I don't remember the exact number, but it's like 570.
Right.
And so we chose to put 530 in circulation because you have TSSAA and TACA passes that get people in.
Right.
For instance, when we played Shelby County, Marshall County was here.
Right.
That leaves a little bit of seating space if we have sold every ticket, which we had this time, for those type people who walk in. Superintendents of schools get passes, your principals get passes. So that's all done either through the TSSAA or through the coaching organization, TACA.
Right.
And because of that, we felt like we needed to leave some space to account for those people.
Right, gotcha. So depending on how big your stadium is, basically determines on how many seats you can
That's correct.
have.
That's correct.
So.
And what we're doing. Now, not everybody's doing it that way. And some people are doing it differently than we are. Some people are spacing everything to where individually you're 6 feet apart. Well, people don't go to ball games individually. Not as a normal thing. They go to ball games with people that they associate with.
Sure.
That are in their family.
Or extended family.
Correct. It's just, so we set our stadium up. I took the idea from Jeff Bell at Lincoln County. He's the one that he and I are talking, several of us athletic directors have been talking all summer. How are you going to handle this? What are you going to do? And he says, well, we're looking at putting our stuff into boxes. And I thought that was a great idea, because then if you do have somebody that tests positive, you know what? They know everybody that was in that box with them.
Right. Yeah.
And so it makes it very easy for the health department to trace people. And so that's our thought process and how we came up with our seating.
Well, we've played 2 really good football games to start the season off. I think with no more coaching and no more time and room, these people young men have been together, we had a couple more penalties, 2 or 3 more penalties this week than we did the first week. But these young men have shown great leadership, and they're doing a really good job. And so we need to understand, we as fans, we as family members, need to understand that we can be rolling along and having a really, really, really great season, which is a possibility almost any season, but this season it seems like we've got some things that are in place that we hadn't had in place in a while. And you parents, your kids have to be smart that are athletes or around athletes. You have to be smart. One case of the virus, and at best, you're 2 weeks, you don't play ball.
Well, it's not the one case. It's if you get an outbreak. You get 6 or 7 guys on a football team, that creates a problem. Okay? So far, in dealing with all the athletics, the cases that we've had, we've been very fortunate that we've been isolated. And so it makes it, you lose an athlete or 2 athletes or 3. Sometimes they get swept up in the quarantine when they do the tracing.
Right.
Other times they're able to determine that there's not that personal contact, that 10 minutes together, sitting side by side or talking face to face with somebody. And did you have a mask or not have a mask? Those are all things that they ask.
Right.
And as they start doing the tracing, and then like Marshall County did not play the first week. They had 4 players, if I understand right, that were in a classroom next to a student that tested positive. They lost 4 more that ate at a cafeteria table with the same student.
Right.
And so they ended up losing 8 starters in that situation. None of those tested positive.
Right.
But all of them got put into quarantine because of the immediate contact being right there.
Right.
And it lasting for more than 10 minutes. All right. And so you deal with each case. There's no simple formula that says this is how it works. But as we've dealt with it, we've been very fortunate that in the ones who are athletes, it has worked out that that there was no personal contact except in one situation, and that happened back during the dead period.
Okay.
So we were already in a dead period. It just extended their dead period. Guy happened to be over at his buddy's house, and wrong place, wrong plan.
Right.
All right. But that's what I'm trying to say is it's not a cut and dry thing. Every case is investigated, and as a precaution, the school system is going to communicate with the parents. They're going to say, hey, your child, there's a possibility they came in contact. Or you get another one that says they came into contact and were in the presence for more than 10 minutes, et cetera, and therefore you're going to be, your child has to be in quarantine for 14 days. If I get it, and I have children living at my house, they don't probably get quarantined because they're in the immediate house with somebody that has it. If I'm in a divorce situation and I've got it, but my children are staying at the other parent's house, they're okay.
They're okay.
But you have to investigate every one of those, and it takes a lot of time to investigate, and they do it. And Gina Bumbalow handles all that, and the nurses for our school system, they do a wonderful job of trying to trace and make sure that we try to stay protected with this virus. We know that it's out there, and we also know that young people, they're around each other all the time. I will tell you this. I do see them. They don't sit next to each other all the time. They don't stand next to each other all the time. You'll see them spacing out more and more. We talked about how to handle after ball games. Well, if you watched Friday or Thursday night, our players make kind of a U around me, and they're spaced out. All right. The crowd stayed back another 20 feet as they were looped around.
Showing
there.
respect for what's going on.
Just trying to help as much as we can. Did they get together and take a picture to celebrate winning the coffee pot?
Of course.
They did. But were they together for more than 10 minutes? Absolutely not. You know, it took about 60 seconds for all them to bunch up together, take the picture, and everybody starts dispersing. I don't know whether that's protocol or not, but you know what? These kids needed something to celebrate, and they celebrated.
They celebrated, and thank you for that explanation. That you explained a lot to me. I'm sure you did as well to our audience. To get back to the start of that conversation, be smart in how you act with your children, how your children act, because we have a possibility of a really good football season this year, and let's keep as many kids on the field as we can. With that said, we'll be back after this commercial break with the first quarter of the 2020 Tullahoma Coffee County Coffee Pot Game.
It's football time in Tennessee, and nobody tackles the competition like the Russell Barnett Automotive family. With 6 different locations, 8 new car franchises, over 1,000 new and pre-owned vehicles to choose from, a certified collision center with lifetime paint guarantee, Russell Barnett Hometown Auto Rental. Let our family exceed your expectations at the Russell Barnett Automotive family. And remember, why buy anywhere else?
As football is a tradition in our community, so is Stroop's Accurate Refrigeration. We were here then, we are here now, serving our community for over 45 years. Continue the winning combination, Stroop's Accurate Refrigeration for the win. Call 455-8757, the name you can trust.
Serving you as a local firefighter.
Proudly served our country in the United States Air Force.
Serving Tullahoma.
Helping our kids.
Hi, I'm Terry Stroop. Your comfort is our service. We'd like to thank Tullahoma for the privilege of serving your heating and cooling needs.
If you're looking for a branding solution, Molly Dixon welcomes you to LogoWare, where your business, school, athletic team, nonprofit, family group, and other organizations can get your logo or message displayed with silk screening up to 10 colors and embroidery up to 15 colors on everything from caps to socks and all the inner and outer wear in between, plus backpacks, luggage, duffel bags, handbags, and purses. All work is done locally, in-house, on nationally branded product from Nike, Eddie Bauer, New Era, Carhartt, North Face, Russell Outdoors, and many more. So simply, why should you entrust the branding of your business or organization to a stranger on the internet when you can spend your money with a local business that offers competitive pricing and local professional service? For the answer to this question, Molly invites you to visit her at LogoWare, 401 South Washington Street, Tullahoma, 931-222-4103. Jeff and Jay Dameron ask you to visit the Dameron Brothers stores, the short stop on the Manchester Highway, and Brothers Local Market on Clement Drive. Both offer great food and beverages, household goods, supplies, BP fuel, and with a courteous staff and clean environment. There is a Brothers Reward program in place at both stores. Brothers Local Market also offers non-ethanol fuel and will soon have a spirit pump where a percentage of the sales will be donated to Ferris School. And don't forget the fresh baked donuts, muffins, and other bakery items. Jeff and Jay invite you to take advantage of and enjoy the products and services at their locally owned stores, where your dollars grow the local economy and support local needs. Short stop on Highway 55, Manchester Highway, Brothers Local Market at the corner of Clement Drive and Old Winchester Highway.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
Doing the coin toss here, Jacoby Thomas representing us at the coin toss, as that's done completely different nowadays, and so they've deferred. We wanted the ball, so we get the ball.
How tall is Jacoby?
About 6'2", 6'2 and a half. So we're going to take the football. They're going to defend the scoreboard. And, you know, you can see the spacing of the gaps in the stands. And normally on this ball game, both teams being 1-0, it would have been a packed out house even for a Thursday night game.
And around the fence.
Yes, yes. We open up running Jackson Sheffield there. This will end up being a good training film for us on the offensive side of the ball. They'll go back and they'll look at things, and you know, we throw the ball out there this time to Jacob, but if we'd thrown it to him the first time, it may have been a foot race for an end zone, and so it's one of those things that we'll learn, and they stop us short there. We'll go for it on 4th and 1 though. And good job here. Keyshawn Cummings does a great job at keeping his feet moving and drives forward even though he had somebody hitting him in the legs. Gets the first down. Come back and try to run Keyshawn again, and good job by Coffee County. They stuff us pretty good. And we try to run a speed sweep here, and again, Coffee County does a good job. They defeat the block on the outside, and you know, Jacob thought he had a hole there to cut it up. We come back, run a little swing screen here. Good blocking out there by number 3, getting on his man, staying on him, and Jacoby picks up about 4. Puts us in a tough situation again. We don't go for it again. We're kind of in no man's land right there, and we mess up and don't block somebody. All we had to do was block him, and we maybe had a chance at a play, but mess up there. And Caden Tucker on the tackle. And they're trying to hit the little slot there, and throws high, so we got them in a 3rd and long, and they don't hit a guy right down the middle of the field. We're just a step late getting there. We recognize the route, but not able. Later on, you'll see Will, same situation. You'll see him make the play and knock the ball loose in the 2nd quarter. First and 10 for Coffee County. Good hard runner here. Come back, and not bad defense by us. We're collapsing pretty good there, and so it's 3rd and 4. And they're trying to hit a quick slant, and we're in pretty good shape. Again, throws high, so now we got a 4th down, and Tyreek Nard, number 43, is gonna make a big play here. Watch him get his hands up, knock the ball away.
That was great.
And so our defense takes over and gets the ball back for us. Ryan Scott keeps it up the middle, picks up about 8 or 9 yards, make it 2nd and short. We're going on 2 on this next one, and you know, just a judgment call whether 29 gets into the neutral zone or not. I would have thought that white line would have helped him a little bit, my personal opinion. But anyway, then our right guard's on a flex up because he thinks that they're gonna blow it dead. And so anyway, we missed that, and end up picking up the 1st down after getting a 5-yard penalty there. I take it back. We will get it. And here comes Jacoby.
Kid runs hard.
I thought Jacoby ran well. Had over 100 yards rushing and had a lot of return yardage, touchdown rushing, touchdown in returns, and touchdown in receiving. Pretty good night's work.
Yeah.
See the end sneaking in, coming off. That's where we'll get better. Ryan will see that in the future, and we'll make them pay for it. As it is, it hurt us the other night. And that's not real easy to do. And this time he does see them coming. Just a good play by Coffee County. Fourth down, thought we had a pretty good play on. We hold the ball too long. The safety comes from the backside and picks it off. You know, that'd be one that they're sitting there saying, hey son, it was 4th down, knock it down. So we've got them inside the 20.
They're kids.
And I don't know why we didn't get a tackle right there. That one's a little tough. His right knee laying on the ground. But they don't blow it dead, so they pick up 9 yards on the play. This time, good cutback by them. We got caught in a stunt and didn't have anybody there for that cutback that time. And then they fumble the ball, but we get penalized hitting the quarterback there. And, you know, that's the White Hats' job, to protect the quarterback. It's just tough on a dive option team, and we're a dive option team. You know,
Yeah, somebody, they were saying, how could you have pass interference or hit the passer? He wasn't passing.
Yeah, and so anyway, the backup quarterback, we missed a couple of tackles, and he runs it down the field. Fortunately for us, they had 2 men go in motion, and so it's called back.
Oops.
So
that was a big oops right there.
That one was tough on them, I'm sure. And the quarter has come to an end. It's 0-0. We're not playing terrible, but we're not playing good. I don't know how Coffee County feels like they're doing at this point in time, but I know if I was on the other sideline, I would think that we're doing the things that we have to do to have a chance.
So, you know, I want to, before I eat all of this, I want to bring this donut into play right here. Donut Palace, they are our donut sponsors, and we had some pigs in a blanket this morning.
Yeah.
I was going to show that, but they didn't last very long. That's how good they were. Remember the Donut Palace and go over there. It's right across from Tullahoma High School. Go over there and get you something good and sweet to eat. And they're fine people, and they have a pretty good cup of coffee over there too. Seeing as how it's Coffee Pot Day, we'll be right back after these messages.
folks. Marty Scott here, Hometown Auto Sales. Been doing business in Tullahoma for 32 years. A lot of you know me. We've had the car lot for about 15 years now. You probably didn't know we've had a body shop for 12 years. Most of the time, friends, family, other car dealers is all that we cater to. Well, now we're going to expand a little bit. We've got a new frame machine. We've got some new equipment. We're going to be opening up for the public to be able to suit your needs the same way as we did through the years. We're over here on 513 East Carroll. So folks, y'all come out and see me. We've got Connor Austell here, will take care of you in the front. Then we got Chris Tinsley over here, take care of you in the back, and I'll do all your frame straightening and anything that you need. So folks, y'all come out and see me. Telephone number is 455-4733. Look forward to serving you. And as always, we give a little special deal to the vets and the seniors. Y'all have a good day.
Since 1917, Builder Supply has been the place to go for all your building materials. It's where the contractors have shopped for years. Builder Supply stock Temco shingles, case knives, DeWalt, Stanley, and Makita tools, Peachtree Southern Rose and Sun windows, Quickset locks, General Shell brick, yellow wood, and pass load nail guns and nails. Experienced salespeople are there to help you find the right products for your job. So when you're ready to build, whether large or small, think Builder Supply, 301 South Atlantic Street in Tullahoma.
Thank you, Dr. Colin Bills, for once again covering the Wildcats football game. In addition to his sideline presence, Dr. Bills with Tenova Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is offering an injury clinic every Saturday morning from 9 to 12 throughout this fall season for athletes of all ages. Located at Suite 300 of the Jackson Medical Plaza, 1805 North Jackson Street. Whether you've experienced a sprain or more serious injury, you no longer have to wait until Monday to see an orthopedic physician. Thanks again, Tenova Orthopedics, for your support, and go Wildcats!
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
All right, Coach, where are we? Second quarter.
Second quarter. And they're going to try to hit a slant there.
Good job.
Will Parton breaks it up. Third down and long. Need to win this down and get off the field. And we blew a coverage. We anticipated something there and nearly cost us dearly. I understand why we anticipated it, but young man, he's trying to think. You know, at least it showed us he paid attention in practice, that you see this formation, this is what they like to do. He just needed to look at the down and distance, though. Jacoby Thomas starts up the middle and then breaks it back out to the outside. Come back, we're going to hit Will Parton there. And Will Parton ends up just a little bit short.
Now, is that the sheriff's boy?
That is.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
And good read there. That's part of an RPO package, and Brody doesn't drop very many of them. That one went through. Here comes that overhang, and he's the guy that makes the play.
Now you call him an overhang. What's that term?
Just means that he's
an extra person out there.
That's a 3-4 defense, and so when I played ball, that would have been called a 5-2 defense. And here Ryan's got Jacob open over there. He's ruled juggling it, going out of bounds, so it's ruled incomplete. It's fourth down. Ryan, he now knows that he should have run the football, got the first down instead of trying to make that pass happen.
Live to play another
You'll
play.
see it later on in the game. He'll have a third down situation, very similar. and you'll watch him pull it down and take off running. That's the last play before the lightning delay. So now this play is a pickup, something 40 minutes later.
In the rain.
In the rain, but no lightning in the immediate area. And we had the play snuffed out there. Stroop had blown up the blocking, and Will Parton was right there. But we're not able to do what we needed to do there in making that tackle.
Looks like to me y'all had some conversation during that rain, during that delay.
Not a lot. We just didn't want our guys to panic. We understood that we weren't playing real well. And, you know, this group's a little different. They don't get wound up real tight, and we feel like they play better when they're not tight. And look at that job by number 3. I mean, that's absolutely blocking out there.
Great,
that's tough open field blocking.
Who's number 3? Who's that?
Joe Duncan.
Joe Duncan.
And again, we were going on 2, and we end up flinching. Just not as sharp as we were in week 1, but Coffee has something to do with that. They're playing, I think, well. Do a little fake the screen, and then we're going to throw it to Joe Duncan. Great job. Joe makes the ball come down over his shoulder so the defender can't get back in on it without running over him and getting a pass interference. It's a great job.
Very, very well done.
Come back, run Jacoby here, and he's going to pick up 7 or so.
Hunting for a hole.
And Ryan's going to keep it for a couple. I think we're just short here. I think we end up about 2 feet short or so forth. So we're going to run a quarterback sneak here. Does a good job of choosing which side to go to there, as the nose went to his right, so he went to the left off JT's tail. We've gone to a 2-back set and try to run Jackson up in there, and tough going, picks up a couple. And right here, Ryan likes the one-on-one, so he's going to throw up the ball to his tall wide receiver, and we get a touchdown. And we'll have Reagan Tomlin snapping, DJ Delahaye holding, and Justice Chadwick putting it through.
You know, Justice kicked the ball well the other night, but the air was a whole lot heavier.
Yep.
You know, and the ball was wet, but he still put the ball either in the end zone or right there.
And the height that he gets. Look how far we're down the field by the time he catches it.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, that's what's so unusual. That's what jumps out at you, is that, you know, he catches the ball at the 2 or 3, and we tackle him at the 16.
On the move. He's on the move forward.
Well, most of the time they're trying to.
Yeah, usually when that happens, that ball gets out to the 30-yard line.
Correct. And so anyway, it's a great weapon to have. Good play here by Coffee County. Good job by DJ coming over from the backside to keep it from being a huge play. Good job there. Tyreek Nard takes the dive there for no gain. In fact, loss of a yard. And they're going to hurt us with a slant right there. And again, that goes back to just experience. Will Parton, he and DJ will end up being really good safeties before it's over. with a little bit more experience, he'll learn how to bait them into that slant and pick it.
They're sophomores?
Juniors.
Juniors.
But this is their first real year of playing. You know, they were backups last year. DJ was hurt most of the year. Good job there. Justin Scott got his hands up, knocked the ball down. And that's the route we were expecting earlier when we let the guy run by us. Was a hitch, and so anyway, like I said, it told me that the defender was paying attention because he was jumping that hitch. He'd already made his mind up. Hey, this is that formation. Coach says they run the hitch.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick this.
Whoops, he didn't run a hitch. He just ran right by me. 4th down, they blow us off the ball right there. You know, we got to be a little tougher than that in 4th down and short yardage, but they blew us back and did a good job for them. Then they come right back here and throw it to Verge, and good catch, really. I mean, Landon's not in terrible shape, just not in good shape. And he's trying to get a hand up and get it on the ball and knock it away, and just got caught looking in toward the ball more than he needed to. He needed to be able to feel that receiver. And so anyway, 7-7. And then they make a mistake and kick it off to Jacoby again. And this time we've changed the return to a middle return, and we get a gap and he's gone. They're not going to catch him. And I thought that was a huge play in this game.
Absolutely. And you know what amazes me about him, once he plants and goes upfield, you know, a lot of runners, when they get to that next wave, they'll sort of back off a little bit and pick, and he blows through forcefully with a vengeance that next wave of players.
Yeah, he accelerates.
And when he comes out on the other side, it's all over with. He's an exceptional runner.
So we get the lead right back, and that was big. We're going to kick off to them. We decided not to kick it deep this time. We thought, well, you know, they might muff it right here. But they didn't. In fact, they ended up getting a good return. Landon Fouts is going to make the play over there.
Number 8's a pretty good player for them.
He's a very good player. They try to hit the quick hitch there and not successful. Getting pressure on him, and you know, I really thought that would run the clock out, but they took a timeout, and we needed to loosen up just a little bit right here. They're going to get another wide open shot on us that they just overthrow, and I'm not sure. I know that there's some secondary coaches not very happy right now. Then we get a weird thing happen right here. The guy's on grab number 9 by his helmet and throw him to the ground. And once your helmet comes off, you got to stop. And that's hard to get a football player to understand that.
Particularly that one.
That one right there, he's going to go try to make the tackle.
That boy right there is wide open all the time.
He has got a motor. And, you know, he's not been a football player his whole life or anything. And so anyway, Seth kept on playing, so we ended up being penalized right there. Or otherwise, we would have taken over back there where we tackled him and had 2 seconds to either try a long field goal or heave it for the end zone.
Heave it in there, yeah. So things have sort of turned around a little bit. The game started off sort of even Steven, and we've seems like we're sort of getting momentum. A little bit of that momentum's coming in there, and then you've got that beautiful return.
Right, I thought that took a lot of the momentum back to our side.
Well, it deflated them. You could just see their shoulders all just sink.
And so anyway, now we're in at halftime, and we're talking, you know, about that, okay, first series of the half, they don't get the ball. You know, we got to win that series, get the ball back, and then our offense needs to go stick it in the end zone. I said, you know, that sets the tempo for the rest of this half. And I'm sure they're talking the same thing, that, hey, let's get the ball, go score. Well, it'll be tied up. They might have had a 2-point play ready to try to take the lead. I don't know, but I'm sure that's what's going on in their locker room as well.
Well, we've got, we want to thank again the Donut Palace. We want to thank the folks over there at Sundrop for the Deja Blue. They're our water sponsor, and we appreciate them. That's Paige. We appreciate Paige, and she is has the Sundrop shop down there now. They're feeding people and doing great things down there, and we appreciate them for being supportive of Tullahoma High School football for a long time.
Very long.
And being a very, very important business in this town for a long time. We want to thank them for that. And want to remind you, Gondola Pizza out there, they've got great food out there, but what they've done is they made the investment to build a enclosed patio, screen porch type area out there, and it's so easy to go in there and eat, and you social distance and all that. There's enough room for everybody to be able to holler and wave at one another and not have to worry. And then, of course, that's where they do their trivia and stuff in the summertime out there. And it's just, they're good folks, and they've also been a great supporter of the John Olive fifth quarter and Wildcat football for a long time. And we just want to thank Chris and his staff out there for what they've done and all the things they do in the community. You know, John, a lot of these businesses that we're involved with, and a lot of it due to you, but they do other things, and a lot of the things that these people do, helping kids with books, helping kids to read, helping feed kids. You know, a lot of the people in the community never really know what goes on behind the scenes, and that's because these people are true servants and true givers. They don't want people to know.
That's correct. And I'll say this for the Gondola, they have a great ribeye sandwich. That's my go-to.
There you go. There you go. So what we'll do is we'll take a short commercial break. We have a band. No band.
The Lightning, I think.
Lightning got them. I didn't remember.
They moved all their equipment back up to the school. And so anyway, they came back as band members, but they didn't bring all their equipment back out, as it takes them 15, 20 minutes to roll everything back.
Okay, so what we'll do right here is take a quick commercial break and then come back to the two of us because for a minute, because I want to ask John another question or two. We'll be back.
Ah, the glory days. Running to daylight on the gridiron, and chasing a ball with a mind of its own, cheering the team to victory, and marching to the beat of your own drum. Memories that last a lifetime. But sometimes we're reminded of our glory days in ways we'd rather forget. Get back in the game. The rehab team at Life Care Center of Tullahoma is ready to help you live and play well.
Donuts. Tasty. Donuts. Donuts.
Daddy Billy's Deli Bar and Grill has been open at 119 Northwest Atlantic Street in Tullahoma for over 40 years, serving up good times and great food. The inside is now a non-smoking facility and had a great outdoor patio area with a covered stage, a fire pit, and a second bar where smoking is allowed. The food remains great at Daddy Billy's, from burgers to paninis, salads, wings, with new items being added all the time. Great sides from onion straws, flat fried potatoes, and Tullahoma's only corn salad. Music and sports are important at Daddy Billy's with Jam Night every Wednesday night, bands and players on the weekends, and big screen TVs all over the place to watch sports. Daddy Billy's is now open Monday through Saturday and closed on Sunday. As a non-smoking venue inside, all ages are welcome to enjoy the food and fun at Daddy Billy's. With a great selection of domestic, imported, and local craft beers, a full liquor and wine selection, and the best food around, there is no reason for you not to be part of the good times at Daddy Billy's, 119 Northwest Atlantic Street, downtown Tullahoma.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
Okay, John, and what I wanted to talk about is next week we're going to Marshall County.
That's correct.
Right? And how do you have a take on the way with all the virus and the way some of these teams are playing and some aren't playing? How in the world is the TSSAA ever going to come to a decision when we get to the end of the season? Who goes forward?
Well, it's still based on your record within your region. And so they've set several things into motion that if neither region team can play each other, then it's a no contest. If one team can play but the other one can't, the one that can play gets a win. But the one that can't play gets a no contest. They don't get a loss. So you could end up with two teams, one being 5-0 in the region and the other one being 4-0 in the region. But because you have one more victory, then you would get first and the 4-0 team would get second.
Okay, and then it comes to a point, I know I always have a hard time, it comes to a point sometime down the line where even your non-region games may come into play.
Yeah.
If people are tied up and
right.
Just look at the rest of your record.
Right, but that's all stays the same.
Right, okay.
And so just from a standpoint, it can come down to a coin toss. And that's
Friday Night Lights.
That's how they end up solving it. But anyway, it's it's a unique year. Yeah. And we're going to take each day at a time. And if we end up in a situation where we're not able to play, that's part of it. Yeah. But it's going to happen to others too.
Sure,
and so you can't get you all down and, oh man, you just got to take it one day at a time. And the term next man up is more real than it's ever been in the game of football. Because as you go through this season, in the game of football, you always deal with the possibility of injuries. But now you've got a possibility of losing a young man because he's either in quarantine or he has the virus. And in fact, I think we talked last week, if you have the virus, you make it back faster than you do if you're in quarantine.
Well, I saw something the other day that tickled me, and it was a guy wrote, his mom had passed away, and he said, if my mom was still alive, I'd go over to her house and beg her to do to me what she always said. If I didn't act right, she was going to slap me all the way into next year.
Get to next year.
I'll volunteer for that. Okay. We'll either come back right now with another commercial break or we'll be back with the third quarter, whatever Mr. Scoggins decides to do.
When your family suffers the loss of a loved one, the caring and compassionate staff at Tullahoma Funeral Home and Coffee County Funeral Chapel are standing by to assist you in every way possible. We are proud to support local industry and offer only Batesville caskets. Many funeral homes don't own or operate a crematory. We utilize the only crematory in Coffee County. Your loved one never leaves Coffee County. We can accommodate any need and any budget. Consider our complete pre-need service to remove this burden from your family during their time of grief. Lock in today's low costs and protect from inflation. Tullahoma Funeral Home and Coffee County Funeral Chapel. Our family caring for your family.
Attention, attention! Tullahoma and surrounding areas? Spinelli's Pizzeria is now open at 121 Northwest Atlantic Street in downtown Tullahoma. They specialize in Philadelphia-style pizzas that you can order by the pie or by the gigantic slice. Spinelli's also has great sandwiches with breads imported from Philly, loaded stromboli, salads, and desserts. They are open from 11 a.m. until 3 a.m. with delivery every day. So stop by Spinelli's and get a slice.
At Minuteman Press, we can handle all of your design, print, and promotional needs. But did you know that we can print on so much more than just paper? We can help you with your outdoor advertising, such as posters and banners, even lawn signs and flags. We'll make sure all of your employees are dressed in custom branded apparel. Promotional items are a great way to keep your name in front of customers and attract new ones. Did you know that 89% of consumers can recall the advertiser of a promotional product they had received over the past 2 years? At Minuteman Press, we have the expertise to handle your entire direct mail campaign. Why direct mail? Because 65% of consumers have made a purchase because of direct mail advertising, and 39% have tried a business for the first time as a result of direct mail. So we will show you the best way to generate results for your marketing and advertising campaigns. At Minuteman Press, we design, print, and promote you. Contact us today to find out how we can help your business.
The choices we make today will impact tomorrow. Choosing natural gas today is the responsible energy choice for your home, your family, and our environment. Almost all natural gas we use is produced right here in North America. And with plentiful gas reserves, we can enjoy a safe and reliable energy future. Natural gas. The comfortable and responsible energy choice for today and tomorrow.
Brought to you by Elk River Public Utility District. Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
Coffee County had the option, and they'll choose to receive, well, defend the scoreboard. You've heard me say that enough, and again,
good job.
Aimed inside the 20. Kicking off this year is a lot of fun. I believe that was Jackson Sheffield on that tackle. And
those young ones get to play everywhere, don't they, John?
They do. We give up too much yardage there as they pick up first down. They come back, run virtually the same play the opposite direction. We do a little bit better job this time of defending it. There's a host of Wildcats there to make the tackle. And great play there by Seth Collum. He plays wide open and runs right into the blocker, bounces off the blocker like a pinball and spins around and grabs a handful of running back and then gobbles him up. 3rd and long.
Look at him.
And That time, Caden Bradford gets a hand up. I was proud of those guys getting their hands up and knocking footballs up into the air or down. Low punt, we need to get away from it. Don't stand and look at it, just move away. So we take over at the 50, good field position. And we're gonna open up running Jackson here, trying to follow Ian Poe. We pick up 3.
The road grader.
And we throw it out here to Jacoby. He does what great athletes do, one-on-one, and then he just absolutely powers into the guy for another 3 yards.
After he leaves one hunting pawpaws.
Yeah.
How did he turn around in a circle like that and get away from me? That's what that boy was thinking.
Try to run Jackson again, but they're doing a pretty good job up front. We're not getting to the linebackers. The overhangs collapse on us, and the linebackers we're struggling with picking them all up. Again, we felt like that we could run the ball there, but we're not. We're trying to run behind our 5 big linemen. They win the battle on those last 2 plays. And great throw. And
that's as good a throw as I've seen, and I don't know when.
Ryan Scott to Joe Duncan. And we'll have Reagan Tomlin coming over to do the deep snapping. You know, that's a young man that didn't play football till last year. Really good athlete, good baseball player. But Reagan has come a long ways, and it's exciting to watch him make contributions. Justice to kick it off. As we have done what we wanted to do coming out of halftime, we have taken a 21-7 lead. I think he put that one about 6 yards deep in the end zone that time. And we're in better shape that time. Caden Tucker is the one that actually blows the play up. He doesn't make the tackle, but he blew it up. And then that was Tyreek Nard. He blows up the play and makes the tackle. Proud of that young man. He has come a long, long ways. And remember earlier I told you that we were just a step slow getting there on that pass? Well, they come back to it right there, and Will Parton is right there, times it up just right, knocks the ball loose. So we're going to get the ball back again. Again, it's not a punt that we could get a return on. So we'll take over, though, at the 48 or 49 yard line in Coffee County territory. That's what great defenses do, is they give the ball to your offense. We're going to take a shot at them at Brody Melton down the middle of the field there, and not able to pitch and catch. So 2nd down and 10.
He looked like that old boy was hanging on him just a bit.
Ryan's going to keep it here. And we don't make up much yardage there. Good defense by them. Ryan made the correct read. They just closed on it quickly, and we didn't get a blocker around
They
in
had
time.
both options covered on that right there pretty well.
3rd down. This is where he learns. You remember in the first half, he threw there. This time he just pulls it down and he keeps on running. And big 1st down. I mean, when I'm checking off important plays in the game, that to me is an important play in the game, because now it puts us into position to knock them out. And Jackson Sheffield there rips for 7 or 8 yards.
And that line's softening up too. You can tell we're sort of started taking control of that offense, of the defensive line. We're taking control of them.
We don't throw it out here to Jacob. You're talking about putting a move on somebody. He just broke his ankles.
Yeah.
Great job. And
that's young Mr. Dixon right there. I bet Carl wasn't beaming when that happened. Huh? I know you were, Carl.
I know his big brother over there helping us out with the chain crew. I guarantee it, he was beaming. And Jacoby Thomas gets it in, and that's just huge right there, just from the standpoint of, it all went back to that 3rd down and 9 play.
Right.
And Ryan picks up the 1st down, and I'd love for him to have done it on that 4th down play exactly the same way in the first half. But it shows you that he's learning. Second start, he's learning what's going on. He's going to do nothing but get better and better as we go through this. And we ask a lot of our quarterbacks. They have to do a lot of pre-snap reads and a lot of post-snap reads. And they get a little crease there and get the ball out to the 30-yard line. And you can see, if you watch right here, they don't make a push here to.
That boy number 9 was in his grill when he threw that ball right there.
I'm telling you, we've got some quickness. They come back and get us with the screen right here. We didn't pay enough attention to how easy it was to get by them. They do a good job with their screens. That was one of the things we worked on all week. And Caden just misses him there. Caden just needs to be a little bit flatter. But Coffee, they're not giving up. They're coming back, trying to claw their way back in the game, and they get a pass interference call on us there.
Imagine that.
And then here, Jacoby closes on him rapidly and causes him to turn his head.
That causes him to black out. He put a lick on that boy.
Wasn't as much of a lick as it would have been if he had hung on to that ball. He would have tattooed him, I believe. Good play right here. I mean, good throw and catch.
Yeah, very good.
We're not in awful position again, but that's good throwing and catching. And they botch it there, and so it's 28-13.
3rd quarter.
They had an unsportsmanlike penalty called on them on the touchdown, so they're kicking off there from their own 25.
You can't strut on a football field.
Yeah.
Anymore.
And so anyway, Jacob Dixon, I thought he was about to take it to the house, and he was close coming out of there. Returns it to their 42-yard line. Here comes Jacoby. Great job blocking again. And first down. Running behind Poe there. 11 gets off the block. Cramps are beginning to hit Saravalavas.
Good job, Jacob.
Jacob gets us down in there for a first down. And that's the end of the 3rd quarter.
And we've pretty much taken control of the ball.
Well, you have, until they responded back with that touchdown. Now you know that if you don't at least control the ball for 3 or 4 minutes to eat time off that clock, that one big play, and now they're only down by 1 score. So it's been good. The offense started at the 42. They're now down to the 8-yard line. We just need to push it on in.
There you go. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
Since 1889, Traders Bank has been helping our neighbors realize their dreams. Whether our customers are looking to put a roof over their heads, try their hand at entrepreneurship, or see themselves behind the wheel of a shiny new car. The folks at Traders Bank have always been ready to dive in with them. Because at Traders, we lend you more than just money. We lend you our good name. Traders Bank, you're welcome.
The Gondola, located at 412 East Carroll Street, is Tullahoma's oldest pizza, pasta, and steakhouse, featuring all kinds of pizzas, calzones, pastas and steaks, chicken, pork, sandwiches, and seafood. Check out their daily specials on Facebook. And don't forget that on Saturdays there's ribs and smoked Boston butts. Add a great variety of appetizers and desserts, and come on in, y'all. Gondola has it all. For carry-out, call 455-9738. That's the Gondola Steakhouse, located at 412 East Carroll Street in Tullahoma.
Are your teeth dull, chipped, stained, or crooked? If so, call the dental practice of Dr. Mike Long. For a wider, brighter, more attractive smile, Dr. Long offers cosmetic dentistry at its best through whitening, bonding, and veneers. Dr. Long also uses laser technology, eliminating anesthesia and drilling. When you are ready to enhance your smile, call Dr. Mike Long, family practice dentistry for 29 years.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
First and goal at the 8. And we give the ball to Keyshawn Cummings. And he's going to get it down to the 2. And we put a special formation in for the big boys here. You look at them. That's a lot of weight out on that field right there. And we direct snap it to Keyshawn, and he walks in.
Now, Keyshawn, what give us a little history on him.
Keyshawn's a transfer from Cushing, Oklahoma.
Huh. And he's a sophomore? Junior.
Good transfer. And Justice puts it through. We're up 35-13 now. You feel like you got back control of the game.
Comfortable.
Yeah. That one big play still leaves them 2 scores down. And we're going to close on that ball rapidly. And Caden Tucker will end up making the play.
Y'all lip one another. One of you's going to get a penalty. Keep that mouth shut.
Good job by Jacoby there, coming from his safety position to make the play for about a 2-yard gain. And so bring up a 3rd down. About 5, 3rd and 4. And we're getting after him. He avoids 2 of them, but then Jalen Newsom and company get him. As first he's stepping up to get away from Seth, and there's Tyreek coming from the other side, and he avoids both of them and runs right into 77.
That's a big door to try to go through right there.
Yeah.
He's a big boy.
So we just got to get Jalen healthy again. He rolled an ankle in practice. I think it was the Tuesday before we played Shelbyville. And he had an outstanding preseason practice. We just got to get him to where he can run again. He can run a 4.740. He can run. We just got to get him healthy again. 77.
Runs a 4.740?
Yeah.
Goodness.
And, I mean, he had terrorized our quarterbacks during preseason, and he's not been able to run at full speed yet. So, got to get him healthy. That's a great move right there by 18. His hole closed, and he took that little side step and then re-accelerated. He shows us glimpses of being really, really good. And here he is again, and again, doesn't look like he's moving very fast, does it?
No.
But if you notice, nobody's catching him. I mean, he's a glider.
He's a good transfer.
Yeah, he's a glider. And I think he rushed for 60-something yards the other night. And then DJ, he's on pull it, run it in. Those overhangs have been coming and hitting our dives, and, you know, I guarantee it. Ryan Scott, as soon as he saw that on film, he's going, oh man, I should have done that. And like I said, he'll learn. Good operation there. 42-13, 7 minutes to go. Time to get everybody on the field. We had a mixture on the field that last time. Now it's time to get people out there and let them play. Have fun playing against their cross-county rivals. And Justice puts it in the end zone again. Good job there. Tydrell Mitchell and Caden Tucker. They hit us on a little quick screen here, and one of the Stroops, or it may have been Wesley or Brandon Painter, that missed him and then got back up and got back in on the tackle. Host of Wildcats there, and trying to get as many on the field as we can now.
And every one of them's
that was Brandon Painter on that tackle, along with Hunter Parks.
Every one of them's trying to do something good to work their way up to getting a little bit more time.
That's correct. And it's way to close on the football.
I mean, there's red Cardinal jerseys everywhere.
And chasing him again there, Hunter Parks makes the sack.
They're having a big time.
And so they'll punt it away again. And Adam Owens lets it go out of bounds over there. Wade Collins at quarterback, and we'll be alternating quarterbacks. Easier to call plays that way. Missing a wide receiver here. We're playing them with 10, and so we lose 4 yards on the play. Got a freshman quarterback in there now, Evan Tomlin, and he hands the ball off to Hunter Parks. Hunter running hard, just got to get his shoulders down. He used the football, that arm that was holding the football, to try to take somebody on, and that makes the football come out away from your body. But he's running hard, and that's what you want to see. You want to see him running hard. He can figure out how to hang on to the football. And the defense is closing all over.
Look here. Watch out now.
Little cross county know each other too well.
Who's number 10?
Jackson Hamlin.
He's upset.
I would have been too, but you gotta stay under control, and these guys all know each other. makes
Yeah,
it a
they
little
played
different.
little league, every kind of league in the world.
Yeah,
Soccer, all of it.
they know each other. They've been around each other for a while. We're trying to get lined up here. Wade Collins hands it off to Brandon Painter. Brandon ends the game on a positive note for us, gaining 9 or 10 yards.
Very good.
And so, ball game comes to an end, and you try to figure out, do you shake hands, do you not shake hands, and I don't know. We've been told we're not supposed to shake hands, and then you sit there and you think, you've just been trying to tackle each other for the last 2.5 hours.
Everybody's hands is in you talk about hand sanitizing, or nothing better than sweat and grass to sanitize.
Yeah. It is what it is, and you go wash your hands after the game, and I don't know what else to do. I know that it's a difficult things that we really encourage the fans to wear masks in the stadium.
You can't force them to.
But nobody wants to be the mask police going around saying, "Hey, you got to," and a Utah high school made the internet this past week because they stopped the game and refused to make it go again until people separated and people put their mask on and stuff. And I think every area of our state's different. I think I talked with Coach Broom at Maplewood this week, and the situation that he's in Metro Nashville is completely different than us here in Coffee County. Not saying that the virus is not in both places, but the prevalence of it is the big difference. And we've hosted 2 home games now. And one of the things that will be interesting to see is over the next 7 days, 7 or 8 days, do our numbers spike here in Tullahoma? If it does, then it tells us that we got to do more as a community when we come to the football games.
I don't think it will.
I don't know, but we'll know because we've had those two events happen. We know it takes 10 to 14 days or so for it to run its cycle. Right. In fact, most of the time they say now 4 to 7 days. There was no big spike after the first game at this point. We'll find out. We'll see. And watch our numbers here, and let's just be smart and do things accordingly.
The thing about it is both games had rain issues. So last week when we had to go, everybody didn't have to leave the stadium, but a lot of people were getting soaking wet and did walk into the tunnel down underneath where the band concession stand is. We were cheek to cheek. You couldn't help but be. This time you're asked to leave the stadium. There's no other way to leave the stadium than to have a herd of people going out of the stadium.
Right.
So there was sort of issues of closeness both weeks.
I'm told that this virus drowns in water, so maybe this is the rain that's protecting us. So that's all right.
But Max, my friend Max Gerald's sitting out here with us this morning. We sit together, and there's nobody in front of us for 12, 15 feet. And whoever's behind is behind. Well, I'm not going to sit there with my mask on, 15 feet from anybody.
Right. And I think that's the thing that you just do. That if I'm sitting where I don't have that problem, don't put it on. But I get up to go to the bathroom.
Sure.
Put it on.
Sure.
And it's just using common sense.
Got to be smart.
I do want to say this. We go to Marshall County this coming Friday. Marshall County is selling tickets at the gate. Okay, they think they have enough capacity for their crowds for people to be able to socially distance. So you'll buy your tickets at the gate for Marshall County. In other sports, for instance, like volleyball goes to Spring Hill this week, They sell 0 tickets at the gate. You have to buy it all online through a place called GoFan. So if you're a volleyball parent and you're going to Spring Hill, if you don't buy that ticket through GoFan, then you're not going to be allowed in. So as we navigate our way through here, you know, I was talking to Richie Chadwick yesterday about soccer because we play some of the Williamson County schools and Maury County schools in soccer. And all of them are coming to us this year. We are selling tickets at the gate for soccer. We know what our capacity is. We know what our normal crowds are. We feel good about being able to sell tickets there. We sell tickets at volleyball because, again, we know what our crowds normally are and we've got plenty of capacity. The only place that we've been limited is at the football games right now. Now soccer is playing Coffee County coming up. That'll be a big crowd and that'll push us up against our limits. And we're looking at some other options right now to try to help us to be able to handle that crowd that night. So just be aware of that in this year of 2020, how I go about getting a ticket, how do I, get to the games, etc. All that is a fluid situation. We try to communicate through Twitter and through Facebook primarily. We get word out to the radio station, the Duck. We get word out to the Tullahoma News and Zach Birdsong to try to help us get word out to everybody. This is what it takes. We've got 2 weeks before we host a home game again, and we will be evaluating whether we're going to sell any tickets or not, or whether we're going to stay with everything being pre-sale. And so there'll be a meeting take place this week. We'll make some decisions, and then we'll start putting the word out for how you go about getting tickets for when we host Spring Hill in 3 weeks.
Okay, and we've sold those out both times. There's still reserved seats available.
A few. There's about 30 reserved seats left out of what we had.
So make a donation to the football program. Go up and get yourself a reserved seat ticket. The stadium is open enough that I don't see anybody that would feel uncomfortable with how things are there.
You ought to be able to move to some place in the stadium where you've got the social distancing that you need.
And then at the concession stands and stuff, don't wait till halftime to go down there. Yeah. Go at the middle at the first quarter, third quarter. There's plenty of room to go down there and have a great experience. Watch a really good football team, and be part of Wildcat football. Tullahoma.
Love to have you. We appreciate the community. I hope people are enjoying being able to watch football games live. For the ones that can't get a ticket or you just not comfortable being in a crowd, that we are serving a benefit for you right now. I hope that that's happening. Hope you'll support everybody that's involved in advertising for this show, for the live stream, and the live Channel 23 light tube. Yeah. That all these businesses that are doing this, please give them your support and tell them thank you for helping you to be able to enjoy Tullahoma athletics this year.
And thank TSSAA for having enough common sense to allow that to happen this year.
Yes.
Because it probably won't happen again. If everything goes back to normal, they want you in the stands.
Absolutely.
They want that. They want their share of that ticket. And when it's played live over TV, without certain compensations, that keeps people out of the stands. And they can cook their own hot dog. You can't get a ribeye sandwich at home like you get at the quarterback club. They won't brown up your hot dog and burn the edges of it like you like it. That happens at the football game. Best hamburger in town. They talk about London's, and these are our sponsors. I love all of them. But They ain't nothing any better than a good old hamburger on Friday night at a football game.
It's just a good old community event.
That's right.
It's something that's
We
unique
appreciate
to
you.
southern Middle Tennessee.
And Texas. That's right. All right, folks, we appreciate you. We're going to be in Marshall County. Get in your car. Hey, you've been stuck at home. Get in your car, take that wonderful drive over to Marshall County, and let's watch a great football team play another great football team this next Friday night. I hope to see you there. If not, we'll see you on the John Ollie Fifth Quarter Show next Saturday morning. And y'all be safe out there, be well, and be smart.